My name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Ace Guzman.
And this is Ace and Rich, Freedom by Design Live, where we break down how to build your brand, grow your income, and stop getting punked by outdated advice. Like that, huh?
Yeah, I love that.
All right, cool. So let's get started, guys. People are hopping on live right now. Super excited, guys. All right, this is also going on YouTube as well. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that way you don't miss anytime we actually post new pieces of content every single week just for you, okay? So, guys, let's get it popping. Go ahead.
All right, so here's the thing, right? How many times have we seen people literally waste weeks, sometimes months, trying to get their domain up and running, design a homepage, right? Pick colors for their logos and their website buttons, and they still haven't made a damn dollar yet.
That's really the lie.
It is the lie, right?
No, we were taught the same thing too. Mm-hmm. That we needed a website, okay? And don't get me wrong, websites are great, they have their place,
right.
But do you really need it to start making really, money online?
No.
No.
But you don't need a skyscraper to start making money online. You need a message, a powerful message and a strong mission, okay? And that's the thing, when we first started and we made our first commissions, we had to hone in on our messaging. Remember that?
Yes, we did.
We had to hone in our messaging. Ace and Rich didn't just happen overnight, okay? It appears that way, but no, there was no easy feat. And we didn't have to do it without any fancy funnels either. We didn't have any fancy funnels, did we?
No, we didn't have no fancy funnels at all.
No, absolutely. And the tech overwhelm, how about that?
Well, I mean, we kept it simple.
We kept it very ABC.
Very, very simple.
Yeah.
And we just kept it right on the same level.
Yes, we did. Yes. And the thing about with attracting the right types of buyers today is you don't really need to use the fancy, high expensive type stuff. You really don't.
No, you
That's
really.
the misconception, right?
Yeah, you really don't. The more simple you keep it, the further you can get, right? Because I'm the kind of guy that I used to be scatterbrained, and I was trained to think like just one thing at a time and move forward, right?
Yes.
But let's talk about what you really actually need, okay, instead.
Yes.
Because I'm going to break this down for you guys. You need a brand, you don't need a blog, okay?
Oh.
The blog is on the frosting, okay? So
on the cake.
Right.
Yeah.
You need the brand. The brand is really the most important part, and I'm going to break down the brand foundation for you. So it's about your who, your what, and your how. All right. So let's talk about the who. Mm-hmm. Who are you? Really here to help.
That's right.
Right. Think about it. Who are you really here to help? Mm-hmm. And if you're not answering these questions, then that's probably why you're stuck. Right. Now let's talk about the what. What's the clear value that you are offering? Okay. What is the clear value that you are offering? And let's talk about the how. Everybody wants to know the how, right? Mm-hmm. So what makes your style unique? What makes your style unique? And that's really the important thing, and that's how you really stick out in the marketplace, okay? And the thing about it is when you niche down until it hurts, I mean, you start niching down to your focused niche, okay? Your content starts hitting it like a gut punch. It hits right on the nerve where people start paying attention, and that's when you become relevant in the marketplace.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we got to talk about the game itself, right? So like, how do you turn, one social media profile into an income generating machine, right? Like your own ATM pretty much.
Well, I like to call this the social media powerhouse method for Ace.
Yeah. And so the thing is with us, we focused on one platform because really the sales are made in the platform. Let's keep this real. A lot of people think it's, through like different fancy funnels and expensive programs, but really it comes down to, one platform at a time. And we focus solely on one platform at a time. We didn't just go like, oh, we're going to do Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And no, we focused solely on one for a while.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we built that audience up from zero. And it took some time to get there, but we wanted to do that because that's how you build up your storefront, pretty much, right? And we didn't use Facebook like the way average people use Facebook for, friends and contacts and colleagues. We used it for business purposes. And even though Facebook was recommending, oh, you need a fan page. Well, that was the cliche, right? But when we realized that there was so much hoops and hurdles and red tape you had to go through to run one freaking stinking Facebook ad. Holler at me, you guys.
Oh my God.
You literally got declined and unapproved for specific things that you were taught to do with all these
Yeah.
courses that they sold
Yeah.
out there. So we did exactly what the gurus told us to do, and it still didn't get approved. Okay? So now who's telling who what? It's bull. So what did we do? We stayed away from that. We said, let's do it all 100% organic. Can it be possible? Absolutely. Does it take some time? Absolutely. Does it require a skill set? Absolutely. Okay? It requires a skill set. So you can literally start with, just as simple as your about me section, right? Your bio. You can start with that and use that as just like a mini portion of an introduction, like a little mini website just right there.
Yeah.
Right? You can just use that portion to build that trust with your audience. I can't tell you how many people's bios I've seen that are completely empty. It's like, really, honestly, you put all this thought and process into making your timeline cover great, but you didn't put any thought and process into writing your bio so I can see your credibility, damn it.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
And these types of content that I want to look for, that your ideal customers want to look for, is they want to look for value. They want to see content that's entertaining. They want to see content that's really interesting and respectable. They want to see things that are, not so much on the upscale of promotional, although they is recommended that you do about 20% promotional, but you want to also focus on bringing them into your world and let them get to know what kind of person you are. Like, what kind of human being are you? Are you a nice person? Or are you a person with an attitude? Like, everybody jives with people differently. Some people like me, some people like Rich. It's like, it's different,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So this ain't about spamming links and things like that. It's about showing up like a pro and building a vibe that, pulls your tribe in. So your vibe attracts your tribe.
Again, you're right about that. It's not about really spamming links and everything. It's really
No.
more about building that relationship and,
Yes.
and building that vibe and community that really matters, right?
Which we have done.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
we have done for
I
that.
want to talk about the thought leader method. Okay. Now that you're more the writer type, right? Now, for me, I'm not really the writer type. You actually, I remember when we were building a website, you were the one that was writing mostly back then.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if your video's not your jam yet, you can still dominate, right? So if you want to write, you can do that. If you want to do video, you can do that as well. But if it's not your jam, don't worry about it. There's other methods, okay? Use mediums or like LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn has been very powerful. We've been building some great new relationships on LinkedIn, and we can be very targeted also with LinkedIn. To drop long form thought leadership, how to structure, your best X and Y, or the ultimate guide post, build trust through storytelling, solution stacking, huh guys, huh? This is where you sound like the expert and you position yourself as the expert.
Yes.
Because you are, right?
Absolutely.
So people buy when they believe you understand their pain better than you do.
Absolutely. Ooh, that was a good one. I mean, people need to start getting it now because when it comes to content, content is great, but the community is so important, right? They're the backbone of your business. And without a community, you have nothing. Okay, you can't be there entertaining yourself and you be your own one-man audience.
Yeah, so let's talk about the community builder strategy.
Yeah, the community builder strategy pretty much consists of where the real conversations actually occur. So when you have real conversations going on inside, the community, you want to make sure you're talking about things that matter. Okay, especially if they're coming from different, walks of life, different experiences, different struggles, different challenges, different pain points. We want to bring this out in the open, not hide it somewhere or kind of hoard it, and gatekeep is what they call it, gatekeeping.
Yes,
You don't want to do that. So how do you do this, realistically? Start a Facebook group. Honestly, you have a Facebook group for a reason, and you can utilize the Facebook group or a Telegram group. You can actually do a Telegram group, and you can host value-packed conversations. You can even do group calls. Facebook has all these awesome features, but a lot of people are not utilizing it 100%. And so when you have all these features that you're not even paying for, well, let's think about that for a minute, right? There's different places you have to pay for. You have your Facebook account. You can do different types of videos in. You can have group discussions, and you can celebrate each other's wins, and also, share important tips and tricks and strategies. But let the people talk to each other, okay? That's the secret sauce. What we do with our community is we let the members communicate with one another, right? We don't allow spamming or link sharing or any of that stuff we do. We keep the team together. And one of the secrets to keeping the team together is letting them share ideas with each other, right? One will come from a different experience and they might be completely brand new and they've never done this before. So they're open and they're really receptive to what they soak in as a sponge from the other members who've been seasoned a little bit, that actually can get information from the other members and learn and take away from that. And that's another thing about Facebook groups you got to understand. In the community, it has to be valuable. I mean, because how many Facebook groups have you joined, or look at how many you have right now, and you barely even sit there and talk to anybody. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The community is your list, you know, and it's like, okay, the community is not your list, excuse me. It's the community is the lifeline. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Because the community has to be treated as such. That's the lifeline. That's the pulse when it comes to your business. So don't look at it as, oh, I'm list building with my community. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Okay. What I'm saying is it's the lifeline of your business. It's the pulse. You get that?
No, I get that. And I know some people actually used the Facebook groups like a list, because I did that in the very beginning, right? But I like the way you nailed that, because it is a pulse. It's alive. It's breathing.
It's the heartbeat.
Yeah, it's alive. It's breathing. It's building connections. And not only that, but people are also growing and they're learning and they're expanding and they're becoming leaders themselves.
Yeah.
And that's coming from our group.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
And that's what it's meant for.
Exactly.
You know? So now, I want to talk about this because we've been hearing a lot about this, and the faceless brand option, okay? So a lot of people like to say, well, I don't want to put my face on video. Now, there was a time where, you would have to show your face. Now, do I still recommend you show your face? Yeah, because it's more authentic, right? But now we have a lot of technologies out there that we don't have to put our face into the video and really get a lot of attention, okay? And that's, of course, through AI, right? So if you're still camera shy, don't worry about it. It's not a problem, right? You could actually learn how to do screen recordings, AI voiceovers, text overlays, right? Focus on the vibe, focus on the message, focus on the visual consistency, all right? Now, there's Pinterest, there's TikTok, right? You can do Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, right? There's so many different ways you can do faceless, fire strategies and just get them out there in a little bit of, short, I like to call them micro burst videos, man. Just get them out there and just, keep their attention with the video being no more than a minute. I'll say no more than a minute. I think that's a really good timing. You might lose them with the attention span, the way people kind of go through videos nowadays. So definitely keep it under a minute when it comes to your messaging.
For real.
And think about this. Again, if you're camera shy and you want to go towards this route, you don't need your face. You just got to get in the flow. Okay, remember that.
Right. You and I, we see difference of opinion sometimes. And when I saw that the whole aspect, the hype around the faceless videos came out, I see it differently than you, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Sure.
But I think, it's best for you to build that know, like, and trust relationship with your list and also with the people in your audience, because they're going to be looking you up.
Well, I do agree with you, because earlier I said that I still recommend that you show your face because it's just being more authentic.
You should. It is recommended.
Right. But if you're that shy, or because people have fears and phobias about getting on camera.
But here's the thing that's going to happen with that, and we can have a discussion about this, go back and forth. But what's going to happen is you're doing a disservice to your business because you're hiding, okay? And the content is not as authentic as it should be. And then on top of that, you have to deal with the fact that you're using AI-generated imagery that is still not you.
No, it's not.
Okay, and the content itself is still not you, right? Yeah. Well, because it's not personalized.
There are people capitalizing on this type of strategy, but like I said before in a previous live, you guys can look up on our YouTube channel, is that I remember saying that it might be good for now. There's a wave happening. You got maybe about
it's going to die out.
About 2 years.
I knew it was going to go there.
Maybe sooner, who knows? But I give it about 2 years.
It'll die out.
And people are going to be looking for more authentic content.
They will.
They want to hear from more people, because after a while, you're going to be like, well, I know that's not you. I know that's fake.
Yes.
And you're going to catch on, and then that buzz is going to just dwindle down.
It's going to dwindle down.
It's going to die out, and then they're going to be looking for, you know what, I'm sick of this. I want to talk to a human. I want to see a human.
Yeah.
Right? Because I get like that now, too, I notice. Like, I'll be like, you know what? I'm like, can somebody just please be on video and just talk to me?
Yeah, when you're doom scrolling, you could see so many fakery.
Or if you go like on the search engines and you see these videos that are like, here are the top 10 products that you should purchase for, for something, for XYZ. And I'm like, why don't you show your face, number one?
Yeah.
And why don't you just share with me what you think? Because I
Yes.
value your opinion. That's why I'm looking for videos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's a
Yeah.
great discussion. I mean, that could be like 6 shows right there alone.
No, I mean,
You know?
that really is
Yeah.
a big problem with a lot of people and things like that, right? But let's talk about the big lie about the website that we're really getting into here, because, you know, people think that they really do need to build that website. And I know there's a place for a website, but I feel like, I think if you're first starting out, I don't think that's what you should focus on. Now, back in the day, you know, I think websites were more important because SEO was a lot more simple to get around.
Was that piece of internet marketing real estate? You had to
Yeah.
have a website. And they kept putting the emphasis on having a blog because
Yeah.
the blog had multi-functions you could actually do and serve better than just some
Exactly.
ordinary static page.
And you can actually still do SEO today.
Yeah.
However, we used to get a lot of traffic, guys, okay? And we used to get like literally 30 to 50 leads a day. We have hundreds of thousands viewers, like hundreds of thousands of viewers monthly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're generating 30 to 50 leads a day, because we had all that volume of viewers. But when Google decided to do an update, right, they picked an animal, I think it was panda, right?
Yep.
It changed everything overnight.
Totally backslap.
And then we have to like jump hoops and change everything and create longer form content, which
Yeah.
is about 3,000 to 5,000 words.
Yes, yes.
And then we started getting back up there again,
Yeah,
right?
ooh,
We're like,
human, we
yeah,
can do that.
Oh, we did it, yes. Guess what? Another animal came out. And I forgot the animal. Maybe it was a seal, who knows? Or penguin, yeah, penguin. I remember now. And penguin changed everything again, and then we actually have to start from the drawing board again. So it's getting a lot more difficult to really stay on top when it comes to these pages. And honestly, I gotta tell you, when you look at the search engine today, while you're building a website,
Ooh.
okay, when you're searching for something, do you ever get frustrated that Google's not really giving you what you're actually searching for? Come on, guys, put it in the
It's happening.
comments.
It's
Put
happening.
it in the comments. Do
You're
you go through
searching for
that?
stuff and you're not getting what you asked.
Right?
Yeah.
But here's the great thing.
Uh-huh.
I've been searching differently now, and I've been searching with AI. And I feel like it's a breath of fresh air. Because when I'm searching for something specifically, I want to find something.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And now I did a little trick, right? I asked AI, who is Ace and Rich Guzman? And it immediately gave us the information on Ace and Rich Guzman.
Yes.
Told us about our story. That's what I want. If somebody's searching for us or searching for anything,
We come up.
don't you want the details?
Yes.
Instead of like trying to like scroll down, like, who's that, man? That's not what I'm looking for. Google, what's wrong with you, right? I want to get right to the meat. And this is what AI search engines are doing right now.
And it will cite sources too.
Yes.
Like it'll say,
Yes.
like it's not just coming out of like, thin air. There are sources that will be cited of where that information was pulled from on the web based on the search.
Yeah, so I think, there's going to be a place for websites, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's the big lie. If you think that when you're first getting started, if
Yeah.
you think you really need a website, you really don't. I think you need a website maybe a little bit down the road, because I want you to establish your brand first, right? Establish your brand, not your band, because I used to be in a band, right? I got a brand in my head, yeah. So establish your brand. That's more important in the very beginning, okay? Because people want to know who you are, what's your core message, and what you're focusing on, and things like that. That's what really it's going to matter the most when you're creating your content, right? On a weekly basis when you're getting started.
Right.
Show yourself. Again, text or video. Put it out there. I mean, you do Facebook posts. Not every post is a video,
No.
right? You
No.
have text, you have images,
Yeah.
right? You have color posts with just writing
I
on it.
create variety. Like
Yeah.
I love creating variety because if I posted the same thing all the time, a person would be completely bored.
Yeah.
And that's why
Absolutely.
a lot of people keep coming to our profile versus other people's profile that are in the same niche because they're like, you know what, that's vanilla. I like Ace and Rich. They have like so much interesting stuff. Like not all the time they're always about like talking about business. They're always talking about their family or they're talking about
Yes,
their
yes.
team or what they're doing. They may mix it up and they're being real. And authentic. Again, authenticity is the great transparency. You want to be able to focus on that. I had this discussion with you today. One of the people that actually approached us, is a traffic guy, and he didn't have a website.
No, that's right. Yeah, he did.
Remember that?
Yeah, he didn't have a website.
And
But
I
that's
was-
different because he has a more of a business that he's selling something,
Services.
a service right off the bat.
Exactly, a service
Right?
type of business, and
Yeah.
it had no presence. And that's the thing, guys. Yeah, there are time and a place to have certain things, and when it comes to website building and stuff like that. But a lot of your time when you're first getting started, you don't really need those things because a lot of systems already have that stuff already a part of it, and you can still make money just from just using the systems itself.
Exactly. I mean,
You know?
when it comes to like getting a website, okay, there are like different methods and stuff like that. Now, I do recommend a blog, but again, not if you're just first getting started, okay?
Yeah,
Because
it's
you
too much
really
for
got
you
to
right now.
understand more about yourself and,
Yeah.
and what you need to focus on. Start building your brand, start building your community,
Yes,
start
yes.
connecting.
Yes.
My coach always taught me, he said, learn to be a great connector.
Yeah,
And
I
you never-
remember him
and
saying
you never
that.
have a problem creating your own paycheck
Yeah.
for life. And I'm like, wow, I love the sound of that, right? Like, learn to be a great connector, and you can
Yeah.
build a paycheck for life. And that's what we've done. We built a paycheck for life, right? Our own economy, which is amazing. And he was so right. And he's like, don't worry about all the tech stuff. That you could add that afterwards,
Yeah, don't worry about
right?
tech.
Now he does tech. He's got websites now and everything,
Yeah.
but he didn't start that way.
That's the thing. You have to really be realistic with people who are like, okay, Ace of Rich, this is my first day. I'm
Yes,
getting started. Tell me,
yes.
what do I need? Well, you don't
Yeah.
need a website. Let's
Yeah.
start there. There's no necessarily need it for a website. Put your money, pretty much get it ready for, startup costs. But websites is not one of them. Because a lot of times these systems, these tools are already built in. So there's no need for all of that, because that's why they designed it like kind of like what they call it done for you.
Yes.
The reason why they did that is because they want you to get up and move and start marketing right away, so you can start building your success story. I mean, that's the whole premise of it, right? Usually what happens within our team, we get people moving within their first 2 weeks and they're up and running. We've heard nightmare stories from people who were in other systems. They haven't gotten their stuff set up yet, and it's been 6 months. And it's horrible. It's horrible.
And then when they finally get some of it set up, it's like, what the heck are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay? So, like, you got to watch how this stuff is happening, because, like, Rich and I, we explain everything in our inner circles. We have our meetings and stuff like that on Wednesdays, but that's just specifically for our members who are serious and they want to get the inside scoop. And so we separated our community that way, because you have to do it. You have to do it, right? It's not about money. It's about literally putting the value where the value is definitely needed. And the value is definitely there when it comes to having group communities that are paid. And we can talk about that another time.
Yeah,
so.
we talk about that afterwards, yeah. Because that's important, because, you are giving value, but you're also spending a lot more time.
You are.
It's not like, you're learning something.
Yeah.
You're learning the how-to.
Yes.
And like this
Yes.
live, there's only so much time to teach you something,
So
right?
much, and we want to
So,
give so much, but
yeah.
it's only so much time. But I tell you this though, what really moves money is your message. Like, we go back to what we talked about and piggyback off of what Rich was really focusing on here on today's topic, is the message, the value, like I was talking about, and the consistency. Okay, the message, the value, and the consistency. You have to be very, very cautious of what you're doing as you're building your brand, and you better focus on that message to match the right market. Am I right?
Absolutely, because if the message is off, you're just talking to
Yeah.
the air, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
people are just gonna just go right by your message and not pay attention. Very important.
Is this hitting home with you guys? Like, drop the fire emoji down below. Let us know this is really hitting you guys.
Some guys that are hopping
Look
on
at
right.
this.
Listen, some guys that are hopping on right now. I mean, just watch the replay, right?
Yeah.
Get it from the beginning if
Definitely.
you have to.
Yep.
And it's all good.
Yep. Okay.
Any guys got any questions? Drop some comments in the question box right there in the chat. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you ask the questions in the comments below.
I don't know if this is relevant, but Francis says I discovered yesterday that I hadn't done my bridge page. My bridge what? My bridge video.
Right. And here's the thing. I know that you're in a circle. You also have coaching going on. But the coaching session that we did just recently, I know it opened up your mind up quite a bit. All right, because I went a little bit deeper, but it was time for you to open you up a little bit. In the beginning, I couldn't. I had to take it step by step and some simple stuff with you. But I'm starting to open your mind up a little bit more. So don't feel like you're missing out. Don't feel like you're beating yourself up and everything else. Like, don't beat yourself up, because what I'm doing now is I'm setting the foundation for you. Okay, so that way when you have that website, you have that bridge page, right? Your message is all connected properly.
Yes.
So.
Be congruent. Yes. Build a brand. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What else we have here? Michelle says to solve a pain or problem. Right. And to get to that point, you got to understand the marketplace. Like, what are those pains and problems? Because here's the thing, right? I've tried this with some clients where they don't even know, like, what are the pains and problems, and they get involved in a business opportunity, and they're like, okay, so what are the list of pains and problems? Well, we can't tell you that. We can't just give it to you. You have to study the marketplace. And how do you do that? Well, you study pretty much pieces of content that pertains to other people who are successful, that are answering specific questions that are coming from the people who are getting the answers.
Well, I mean, there's different niches.
Different niches, yeah.
So this is why we can't give it to you, because we don't know what your niche is.
Exactly.
Right? You might be a network marketer. You might be an affiliate marketer. You might be into personal development.
Right.
You might be in the law of attraction. I don't know. So you have to really look at your market and figure out what niche you really want to focus on.
Yes.
And then you have to really study your market and understand what the pain point and challenges are.
Yes.
That's why we can't just give it to you, because
No.
you have to find out what niche you want to focus on. And then right there, chunk it down.
Well, we say be the aspirin to somebody's headache.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody has the same type of headache.
No. Some might have a migraine.
Somebody have a migraine.
Or tension.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah. Not a tumor.
Okay. Let's see here. Any other questions, comments? No? All right. Love the fire emojis. Thank you guys for paying attention.
Yeah,
yes,
appreciate
definitely.
that.
So this hit home with you guys. If you're stuck on getting ready to get ready, like Rich always taught me about.
Yeah, stop getting ready
stop
to get
getting
ready.
ready to get ready. This is your sign. And stop building for a someday, calendar. Start creating with what you already got. And your future is not hiding behind a .com. You don't have to worry about that, okay? It's sitting right inside your next post, wherever platform you choose to focus your attention on. So I invite you to literally watch this replay, all right? This is not our normally scheduled program. What we usually do is this is actually on a Friday, but because we had some challenges with the weather here in Puerto Rico, we decided to do this as special for you on a Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And guys, right below here, if you're watching us on YouTube, in the comments, let us know, have you started your brand or have you not really begun to understand? Let us know in the comments below, and we're more than happy to help you out with those questions.
Absolutely,
Okay?
yes.
Or maybe if you're stuck, right? You might go, well, I don't understand about branding and stuff like that. Put it in the comment below as well.
Yes.
And also here on Facebook, guys, if you're stuck as well, you have any questions, put it in the comments here too.
Take a good look at your business, look at where the direction it's going. If you are already at the end, like pretty much the fourth quarter has already started, and at this point, come January, you're done, right? So like, what are you gonna do? If you're looking at your business right now and you're not seeing anything happening or moving in the right direction, and maybe you need somebody, a new mentorship, we are the ones to come to actually ask that. We have helped mentor thousands of people across the affiliate marketing space. And let me tell you something, there are a lot of people that actually been successful from the things that we have shared with them. So make sure that you are absolutely certain that this is the direction you want to go. When you look at your business, you're like, you know what, Ace and Rich is right. I really have taken a close look at my business and my results, and I don't like where this is going, okay? I need to talk to them. Well, that's what you need to do. Click the link below this video so that way it'll take you to a website to enter your information, and let's get you going on the right track.
Yes, and start helping you build the ultimate residual commission system. All right, guys. My name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Ace Guzman.
Love you guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week on a new live.
Bye now.
Bye, guys.